Are negative Google reviews hurting your business? Don't let unfair feedback cost you customers. At Webamax, we specialize in removing false, misleading, and damaging reviews so your online reputation stays strong. Our expert team works quickly and legally to clean up your digital presence, helping you rebuild trust. Visit us on the web at www.gowebamax.com. That's GOWEBIMAX.com, or text us for a free quote at 856-840-8343. Don't let bad reviews define you. Get immediate help from Webamax.
And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome in, everybody, to another wonderful Wednesday evening. We are going to be talking about some pending Eagles free agents here. We'll give our takes on whether or not we want them to come back, whether we can see them going, and everything in between. This is going to be a long off season with a lot of key decisions at some key positions, which will lead us into the draft. Eric, listen, I will let you have the floor here. What's your kind of overall take before we get into kind of individually some of these players? Your overall take on what Howie needs to do this offseason?
Well, look, this is Howie's time to shine. This is his moment. This is his time of year. He does this every year where, you know, he'll come in and we'll think, oh, man, he's not got a lot of money to play with. We don't know how he's going to manage to keep guys. Yet not only does he usually manage to keep everybody he wants, but he adds pieces each time. So, honestly, I'm not worried. I just trust Howie. Whatever he comes up with, like, he's a freaking wizard, man. Like, he just is.
Yeah. He definitely finds a way. He knows how to take advantage of maybe loopholes and contract structuring. And
I'm actually surprised that like other organizations haven't tried to poach our front office for. I mean, with the exception of the Jets and with Joe Douglas,
right?
You know that nobody else has really tried to poach our.
Well, I mean, Cleveland's Joe Barry, you know, is certainly
not our Joe Barry,
not our Joe Barry. But listen, there certainly are guys around the league that have Eagle front office ties, but still, nobody does it like Howie. Nobody's just ballsy enough to. He doesn't care about dead cap hits. He doesn't.
Right. He just knows he'll figure it out.
Yeah, pretty much. So, So I don't know. I'm kind of with you here. I'm a little confident. Howie's had a couple of nice off seasons the last couple of years, especially in the draft. And you know, while yes, you could say 2 out of the 3 bigger names that he brought in this off season didn't actually work in Bryce Huff and Devin White. He always seems to have a backup plan that does work. So
right, Howie doesn't get caught with his pants down, so to speak. He when one of those moves doesn't work out, he already has the next move planned to cover his own rear end.
Yeah,
he just has it figured out. Like
he does.
He's playing chess. The rest of the league's playing checkers.
I don't even think we're playing chess. They're playing checkers. But all right, shall we get into it?
Yeah.
All right. First name up on my list here, Josh Sweat. What's your thought on Josh Sweat?
I'd love to keep him. I mean, obviously, he's a pass rusher. The Eagles put a premium on pass rushers. If it's feasible, I want to keep him. But it's, again, like a lot of these things, this is going to be a common trend on our conversation.
It's money.
It's going to be whether the number's right.
So, okay, if Josh Sweat says, I'm good at, you can have me back at $15 million a year for 3 years. Are you doing it?
I mean, again, I'd like to. I'd have to. I guess I haven't looked at the cap as much as I should right now. I'm still coming up with Super Bowl.
Yeah, but who cares how much cap space we have? It's more or less of Is Josh
Is he
Sweat?
the value? Is he worth
Is
that
that
money?
value worth
Probably.
it?
That's pushing it. That's
I don't even think I'd give him $10 million.
yeah.
He's
See,
not. I
more
need a
entertained to
full-time
get-
dog.
Yeah.
Josh Sweat, to me, is better suited as a situational, rotational guy. I'm not paying you that much money. I'm sorry, dude. You
Well,
were
do
going
you
to
think it
clearly
could be a
get.
case where he goes and tests the market and maybe sees where his market isn't what he thinks it is and tries to come back?
Listen, like you said, we obviously need edge.
Sure.
But I'm not.
I think that's the biggest premium. I think that's the biggest thing the Eagles are going to want to either improve or keep is edge pass rushing.
All I can say is that the draft is friggin' loaded.
Sure.
On the defensive line. We have our first 3 picks. I wouldn't doubt that 2 out of the 3 are probably line picks. I would love it if that was the case. And listen, I think there are
2 edges and a tackle. I would love it. Yeah.
Shit. I mean, granted, you know me, I would love like a tight end in
love
there or a linebacker, but
yeah. We'd love for all 3 of those picks to be linebackers.
No, come on. I'm not that greedy.
Okay.
But
2 of them.
yeah, listen. I just don't see it. I listen, right now you have Jalen Hunt, you have Nolan Smith.
Right.
I get it. It's not a lot.
You're losing Brandon Graham
right
to retirement. And then if you lose Sweat and then
losing Sweat,
another name
you're probably
talk about.
You're probably keeping Bryce Huff on the shelf if you're not trying to trade him.
Yeah.
I got it.
Well, I think what you try to do with Huff is just
throw
let
him
him be a rotational guy, yeah.
Or throw him in a deal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, that'd be great if you get somebody to take that contract.
Yeah.
Which, if anybody can, Howie will.
Yeah, that's true. I just think Sweat is not the priority.
No, I would agree with that.
And I don't see a situation where he comes back, personally.
Right. Well, I mean, he wouldn't be my top priority. There's a guy I'm sure we're going to talk about in a minute that would be my top priority.
True. Moving on. Milton Williams.
I mean, I'd love to bring him back, but again, this is going to be only if the number's right, and I don't think it's going to be right. I think he wants to get paid. He's coming off his rookie deal. This is where guys go and get paid, and I just don't think he's going to get paid here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to make himself a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be here.
He's going to get him a bag, and he deserves it. But I don't think his play warrants what he's going to get. But because he's got that Super Bowl champion attached, there's going to be that Super Bowl champion tax.
And he's also going to benefit from playing next to Jalen Carter.
Sure.
Somebody
that versatility being able to play anywhere on the defensive line is going to help him a lot.
Sure. But I mean, he could get 20 plus.
Sure. And he's not getting that
easily. This could be easily Javon Hargrave 2.0.
Yeah, he's not getting that here.
Yeah.
And God bless.
God bless. Agreed. All right. Moving on to the position and the player that will be the priority.
Yes, this guy you're about to mention is going to be the top priority.
Mr. Zachary Bond.
This could be a case of, and I know this doesn't happen in the NFL, and it's not going to, but this is where you sit down at the negotiations and you tell Zach Bond how much is it going to take to keep you here.
Well, I hope Howie's a little better than that.
Well, okay, I know why I wouldn't be doing, but
this is exactly why you're sitting there.
Yes.
Don't worry, Howie. I am available. You can call me. I'm not like him. I will actually negotiate. You're like, here's a blank check.
You tell me how much. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't really think that would be what would happen, but I'm saying that to emphasize the importance.
Obviously, I know. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
What if Zach Bond was to say, I want $12 million a year for 3 years? You doing that?
I grit my teeth and I probably do it.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
So basically, you will overpay for Zach Bond to stay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think I would.
I would too. I don't think it's going to come down to that.
No, I don't think so either.
I
I think Zach
Zach
Bond knows this is his best opportunity to play at a Pro Bowl level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that this is a mutually beneficial situation here where both team and player are benefiting from this deal. And I think he takes a little bit of a discount.
Yeah.
He stays, listen, I'm sure he's made certainly a decent amount of money. This is his first real chance to make some good dollars. But if you say $7-8 million as opposed to 12, that's still a lot of damn money.
Well, it's life changing, and it's about like, okay, could you see yourself if you're Zach Bond? Could I live the rest of my life here? Like, could I buy a nice house with this money and just live here the rest of my life?
Our school systems are fantastic.
Yeah, our school systems are pretty awesome. I mean, you and I went to a nice one. Like,
yeah. So, I agree. I think, given the situation of the linebackers, you have
given our room too. Like, you got to have him in our room.
Well, yeah. The simple fact of the matter is, you lose Bond. What you're left with is not great. No. You have Nakobe Dean, who's coming off a very serious injury.
Sure.
You do not know how he's going to come back. And most people with this injury do not come back the same. So all signs are pointing to you're probably going to need to get another guy in there.
Yeah.
Sadly. And, we'll talk about another guy here in a second. But this is a situation where you're probably going to have to sign a free agent and draft a guy, because again, Trot.
Oh yeah. If you lose Bond, then you're going to have to. Draft
I think even with Bond, you still need to figure out this other linebacking position. So, I don't think Trot's ready for the big lights necessarily.
No,
but again, I think
he was fine in a pinch during the playoffs.
Yeah, and a slow ramp up.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think Zach Bond is the number one priority for this offseason. You get that done. You get it done early. You move on to whomever you consider the next guy in importance. So, all right. Let's see.
If I can just one more thing on Bond. I know I jokingly said, or how much is it? I also think that Zach Bond, when they sit down, Howie says, what kind of number are you looking at? And Zach Bond responds with, well, what number are you looking at? Can we meet in the middle somewhere? I just feel like that's going to be an easy negotiation where both sides will feel like they won in this. You all right there? Dying. All right. Well, guys, this is my show now. I'm taking over. It's been fun having Ryan here.
Oh my God, I don't know how to drink water apparently. I swear to God, that happens to me like once a week.
Yeah. Dude, that happens to me too, quite regularly now. It's kind of freaky.
Oh man, getting old sucks.
Right?
Ooh. All right.
And I know more about that than you.
You sure do, you old fogey.
I can't wait.
All right, I have to technically say it, but Brandon Graham. Obviously, I think there's no way he comes back. But for whatever reason, if he wants to, you sign him to the
vet minimum,
whatever that is, and you move on. That would be great. But it's not happening.
No. And if you're Brandon Graham, why would you want to come back? I mean, you get the chance to go out on top. It's not a better. You had planned on this being your last season anyway,
right?
And then you suffer the bad injury. You come back. You play in the Super Bowl,
right? And
you win, and you get to go out a champion. I don't see why you'd come back.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Isaiah Rodgers. This one's interesting, Eric. I'll go first here.
Yeah.
I think you bring him back. And I think it's most likely because Slay's probably not going to be here. And if that's the case, you are going to need somebody to fill CB2 because ideally you want to keep Coop in the slot. You move Quinyon over to CB1,
and
then you let Rogers and Keeley fight for the CB2 spot. The other guy kind of slides into CB4 because, again, I still am very high on Keeley Ringo. But also I like Isaiah when he was given time to kind of prepare. He's a very good corner, and I wouldn't mind having him back for sure.
Look, it used to be a weekly thing where at some point in every game, it felt like Slay would go down for a series or two, and in would come Isaiah Rogers, and he'd get a chance to play, and he'd play well.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he really did play very well in that role, and I'd like to see him with a full-time shot at it. And, yeah, like you said, we can go into camp and let him compete with Keeley Ringo, who's going to be going into his third year. I mean, like, this is when guys blossom into the whatever they're going to be in the NFL. True. And I'd love to give him a chance to compete with Rodgers and see which one. Let the cream rise to the top.
So they say. All right, there you go. We are in agreement. And again, I don't think he's gonna,
no, he's not gonna demand anything big.
It's huge money. So, all right, moving on. Oren Burks. What's your thoughts on Oren Burks?
So you mentioned earlier about Nakobe Dean and being out for a significant amount of time. That's why I would love to see Burks brought back. Same. Because then I feel like you would have him and Bond together in those two linebacker spots. And then I still like your idea of drafting and signing another linebacker to have 4 key cogs in that wheel that you can just plug in anybody at any spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like a big part of that is bringing back Burks.
Yeah, no, I agreed. And when you saw a huge difference when Oren Burks was able to prepare for his role when he was in there. At first, when Dean went down, when he jumped in, he was awful. But the next couple of games, he was very, very good.
Yeah, he improved each game.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought he was very, instrumental in the playoffs.
Absolutely, honestly. I would agree with that. Yeah.
So I would absolutely grab him back. That's an easy one for me. Let's see. Still trying to do all the defenses. Ben Van Sumeren, linebacker / fullback, whatever you want to call it. He's a restricted free agent. I think this is an easy bring back. Yeah. Because again, I still feel like he got hurt. Still needs to kind of see what we have in him. And again, are we going to kind of utilize him in the fullback role, which he seemed to blossom? And or now that linebacker might be a little bit more important depth-wise, maybe he goes back to that. Either way, I think the coaches are intrigued by what they have in BVS, and I think they want to see more, and it wouldn't cost them anything to bring them back. So
yeah, and I mean, like you said, it's not going to be a big contract. I think you go ahead and bring him back on a 1-year deal. Let him see what he can show you. Like, can he play some of fullback? Can he play some? If we're going to go the route where we even have a fullback, can he fill in at the 4th or 5th linebacker position? But that also means he's going to play a lot of special teams. And you know me, I like those guys that we can put in on special teams.
Sure do. All right. Well, there we go. Easy one on that one. How about our good buddy Avonte Maddox?
I like Avonte. Like, I think he's probably a good guy.
Good guy.
But I don't see where he fits in a role here. Like, he's not going to be a slot corner. Like, we've got Cooper DeJean for that role.
Yep.
He's not going to play safety. We've got a couple guys in that role.
Yep.
I just don't see, like the quote, the movie Office Space, what is it you'd say you do here?
Yeah. Listen,
that's why I think I'd probably be.
Like, I would 100%. Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I want to get rid of Avonte Maddox. I think I think it was indicative of how we all feel about Avonte Maddox when he made that play in the Super Bowl on 4th down.
And we all said, "Holy crap!" We didn't know.
And everybody collectively in the entire Delaware Valley went, "Holy crap! Was that Avonte?
Is that an Avonte sighting? Thought I saw him on a milk carton somewhere."
We were all shocked. 1, 2. Then we were like, "Oh God, he was actually in the game." And then we were like, "Oh, okay. Well, now there's 4th down, so it's okay." Like there was levels of shock, fear.
All those things went on in the course of that, 2-second play?
2 seconds, exactly. Yeah. When we all realized it was Avonte. That just shows you know what it reminds me of.
Holy crap, he made a play.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the movie Little Big League, where if anybody hasn't seen it, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Great.
But a kid is coaching the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
Don't ask me questions. There's a backstory.
He inherited it from his grandfather.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I don't want to simplify it. Okay? There's a lot more details, Eric. All right?
Okay.
Don't simplify it. Anyway, kid's coaching the Twins, and his favorite player growing up is this whatever the dude's name was. I don't remember it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're getting this excited over seeing.
Right, exactly. And this dude is in a slump, and he is not helping them out. But the kid loves this guy. It's his favorite
wouldn't trade
player.
his baseball card, damn it.
He's on his baseball card. He still carries it, and it would just not let go. And finally, dude gets a seeing eye single. Not even anything all that great. Let's be honest. Seeing eye single, happens to get through. He finally gets on base. And
he's going nuts.
He's going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And the assistant coach, gruff guy, because obviously all baseball coaches are it's like a major league guy.
Yeah, Knack. I think was his name. Yeah.
Shut up, Dorn. Yeah.
So I got a guy. I got on the other line.
I'll cross him off the list.
This guy here is dead.
So he obviously turns to the little kid. He goes, "Dude, if you're this excited over a seeing eye single, like that should tell you everything."
Yeah.
And it's time to send him down. It's time to put him on waivers. And guess what?
And that's when the kid realized that he was right.
Yeah, absolutely. Lean on the veteran coaches. And this we are leaning on our veteran instincts as Eagles fans. The simple fact that we were so shocked, so excited, yet also so afraid, all in one moment, tells us everything we need to know. But we don't want to see Avonte Maddox. As much as he's a veteran, as much as he understands the system, he understands the city, and understands the players. He's probably a great locker room guy.
If you really feel like he can stick around, but
right, yeah, it's time to say goodbye to Avonte Maddox.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to see him on the Eagles sideline.
Well, at least not as a player. If he somehow finds his way back as a defensive backs coach or defensive backs assistant,
I don't want that either.
I'm just saying he might be a decent coach.
Nope, don't want it.
So you don't even want to find that out?
Nope.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
I'd rather him
succeed.
I'd sooner hire Asante Samuel.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Asante Samuel was a heck of a defensive back in his day.
Okay, then. So there you go. That's all you need to know. All right, let's. I think I got everybody on the defense. Let's move on to the offense, and I'm going to start with who I think is probably the most important, and that is one Mr. Mekhi Becton, a prototypical tackle, kicked inside, played right guard for the first time, and absolutely aced Stoutland University in his first year.
Yeah, he was valedictorian of Stoutland University.
He really was. He was behind the 8 ball and was able. He got all pro votes.
Yeah, and deserved them.
So, Eric, what's your verdict? What do you think? Either I want to know what you want to have happen and what you think will eventually happen.
I want to bring him back. And if he wants to come back and is willing to come back at guard money, then I 100% want him back. What I think is probably going to happen, he's going to get a chance to go out there and make some tackle money, and he's going to go get his money. And I understand it. Man, I really hope somehow they can sell him on the idea of staying here and being a part of something special.
Yeah. I liken Becton to Bond for the offense. I think
that's a good comp.
Listen, I get it. Everybody I've talked to is like, oh, well, we got Tyler Steen. He's been just fine when he gets to go in.
Sure,
right.
But that's because it's been small doses too.
Right, it's been small doses. 1, 2. You are eventually, let's be honest, you are eventually going to be replacing Lane Johnson. This might be Lane Johnson's last year. I think we can finally truly say that this actually is a possibility because this is his last year of his contract.
Right.
Lane
that's what he always said.
He was going to play out his contract. So he didn't say that he was going to definitely retire. I'm just saying, like he said.
Right. No, he just said he definitely wasn't going to before the contract.
So I think now is the time to keep continuity on the line.
Mm-hmm.
You just had a 2,000-yard rusher. First time ever in Eagles history, 9th time overall in the history of this game.
And if you include the playoffs, Saquon Barkley has the most rushing yards in the history
of the game. You're right. In one season, total rush yards, including playoffs, most ever. And that's due to the fact that we have an amazing offensive line,
which includes Mekhi
Becton.
Yeah.
And
you can put that next to his name when he talks about his resume.
And what I think also gets me excited about Mekhi Becton is that this will be the first year he's, again, being the first year that he's had previous success, and he's going in knowing exactly what his role is. He didn't know what the hell to expect when he signed here. He didn't think he was going to be playing guard. And now coming into this offseason, he's the right guard. And you don't think another year, full training camp at guard, you don't think that Mekhi Becton, with his size and strength and ability, is it going to get better? Like, that's what I'm excited about.
Fantastic, yeah.
I think there's room to even get better.
Yeah. I would love to see Mekhi Becton brought back. I really, really want him. Like, I put almost as much as an emphasis on bringing him back as I would Zach Bond.
Yeah, I mean, Bond obviously is the clear winner here, but I think Becton is clear number 2. And I am okay with giving him, a little bit of money. We are paying our offensive line a lot, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
but
they've earned it. Yeah,
they have absolutely earned it. I think he was only making. What was it? I have. Hold on, I have it here. 2.75. For this year. If I was to say, hey, listen, $10 million, 3-year deal, Mekhi Becton, would you do that?
Absolutely.
I would.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Sign me up. Yeah.
I think so. And listen, I think that might be where his market is. So you think, hopefully, again, you saw the emotion in this man.
Yeah, he loves being an Eagle.
He appreciates what this team has done for him, and I hope that he's not going to just utilize that catapult and then get back into another terrible situation.
Yeah, what I'm hoping those tears of joy weren't about wow, now I'm going to be able to go make a crap ton of money somewhere.
He already made a crap ton. He was the 11th overall pick. He made a crap ton of money with his rookie contract. Let's be honest. He doesn't need to go out there and make, the huge bag. I think this is probably his best bet. Yeah. Dig in, get a 2-3 year deal, prove that right guard is where you belong, and that next contract, get that Landon Dickerson money.
Right.
I think it's that's the pathway personally. So I think he should give
I'd be ecstatic with that.
A little hometown discount.
Yeah.
$8 million, 3 years. And after he's made a Pro Bowl and after, year 2, I say you sign him and you defer the money and you do the Howie thing and you give him a shit ton of money.
Right.
And because you're probably at that point paying a rookie or a first year right tackle hardly anything.
Yeah. Or maybe what you're doing at that point is you're moving Becton back out to tackle.
Or you can do that.
And saying, okay, now we're just going to pay another guy to play guard.
Right. Certainly an option there. So I say do what you got to do to keep him here.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to keep Mekhi Becton here. Right. Like you said, and I think it's very clear, and if we see this, we know how he sees this.
Sure.
Number one option is you've got to resign Zach Bond. Number 2, you got to bring back Mekhi Becton. Yeah. Everything else after that, like we might have some opinions and some other guys, but those are the 2 that you absolutely have to bring back.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody else, if push comes to shove, if you can't bring back everybody that we've said that we wanted to bring back, whatever, but those 2 have to be brought back.
Agreed. So, all right, moving on. My favorite player, Kenny Gainwell. Eric, what are you doing with Kenny Gainwell?
He's probably going to get an opportunity to get some decent, I wouldn't say starter money, but like split reps money somewhere else. So I don't think he's going to be able to come back.
Yeah, I agree. And thankfully so.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. And I'm actually excited to see what Jordan Shipley can do as the running back too. If he even gets that opportunity, which I'm sure we'll talk about some options, at the running back 2 position. As
what did you call him?
Shipley, Will Shipley.
Oh, I thought you said Jordan Shipley.
No, Will Shipley.
Okay. That's how
I'm not confusing him with the old Texas wide receiver.
Okay. All right. I agree. Okay. Who's next? Let's go rapid fire here because I think we all know what we might see in this. LaRaven Clark.
Bye.
Yeah, he spent the whole season on injured reserve.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are fine with their depth. CJ Uzomah, tight end.
Bye.
Yes, agreed. Jack Driscoll.
Bye.
Yep. Well, Nick Gates, they already released. So
then bye.
Bye-bye. Paris Campbell.
I didn't even realize he was still on the team. That's another guy. If he had stepped up and made a play in the Super Bowl, I'd have said I didn't realize he was still on the team. Yeah. See ya.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, Ian Book. He's practice squad, but yeah.
Yeah, he's practice squad. If they don't want to bring him back, then don't bring him back. If they want to bring him back to keep him on the practice squad, cool, whatever. Right. But, yeah, I'd say he's probably gone. Because he's probably towards the end of his practice squad eligibility anyway.
Yeah, probably. And second to last, Britton Covey.
I mean, I guess if you really want to bring him back, sure. I doubt it's going to cost you much, but
no. But do you really want to waste a wide receiver spot on the roster?
No,
or
I don't.
A guy that's a punt returner that's probably going to get hurt?
Yeah, and I mean, look, security's probably going to get confused and make him park with the fans
again.
Yeah,
agreed. All right, last but not least, Rick Lovato.
See, I mean, he's the long snapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
the teams in 2017.
Oh wow!
Yes, not many people talk about him having.
Yeah, he's got 2 rings. Yeah. I mean, sure, if you could bring it back on on a team-friendly deal, sure.
What would he demand more than the vet minimum, you know?
Not much. I'm sure you call him up with that minimum 1 year. Absolutely. Pleasure doing business with you.
Pretty much. Yeah. I would say vet minimum, sign him to like a 3-year vet minimum deal.
Sure.
No bonus.
No.
So there's no dead money. Either. You just cut him whatever the hell you want. All right.
Love your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got everybody. Yeah, I think that was it. All right. Well, yeah, there you go. There is your stay and go for the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, right now, the Philadelphia Eagles and the NFL, technically, are in the franchise tag period. Now, the Eagles have only used the tag 5 times. I would probably bet my house that they don't use it this year.
Yeah, no way.
So let's not even worry about that. But, we are slowly coming up until the tampering period. We got about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, love me some tampering period.
Love
we got 2 weeks to the combine or a week to the combine?
9 days.
Week and a half?
9 days.
9 days? Yes, a week and a half.
We got the combine coming up. Then after the combine, it will certainly be some free agency talk. Please make sure that you are locked in. Make sure you're following us, whether it's on X. You can look for Eagles Pin Pull or Philly Sports PSA. Facebook, again, search out Eagles Pin Pull Network. And then, of course, YouTube. Got a lot of great stuff coming on. We are working on our big boards for the draft. So we'll be, I think every year we've been putting out some big board stuff for myself, Shane, Dives, David, and Mark Henry Jr. So, it'll be interesting. But check out, I think I just posted, it was yesterday, but Mekhi Becton kind of season review. Going to be putting Milton Williams up on the Facebook as well. So check those out. And, please make sure you're checking out all the other shows here on the Eagles Pin Pull Network. That's all I got. Eric, you got anything to add before we pop out of here?
No.
All right. Gotta love it. All right, folks. Well, we will see you guys next week. And I'm sure I'll see you some point on some other show doing some other thing. Don't forget, it's later tonight, or is it yesterday?
It's supposed to be yesterday, but Mike had a stomach bug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe tonight?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
All right. Well, anyway, make sure you're on Facebook. You're checking out the wonderful wrestling show, Turning Heels podcast with Eric and our good buddy Mike. Other than that, that's all we got. We're out of here. Good show. Good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. So for the Football Smack Talk show, my name's Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody. Only 197 days to go.
What's that, Till?
Till the kickoff of the season.
The kickoff of the season. 197 days. Yeah. Whew, that's a long time.
Well, remember when it used to be we'd come out here and I'd be saying 200-something days until the season.
True.
Now, I mean,
we're under 2, so you're right.
200, so
gotta look at the positives. You're right.
That's right. Yeah, and the Eagles Super Bowl took us all the way there. So
that's also very true. Yeah, that it was super late in the season. So
what a great time that was. I know this is our first time being on air since the Super Bowl.
It technically is, yes. Yeah,
and boy, what a day that was. What a game. Anybody who talked to me about that game going in, I kept saying, dude, I kind of think we could blow their doors off. I really felt that way. I really felt very strong that, like, hey, look, if you get past the whole stigma of it's the Chiefs and that championship aura, if you just look at the matchup of the two teams, I thought we could blow their doors off. And
yeah, I was on record.
vindicated.
I was on record saying a 20-point victory.
Yeah. Yeah, and we both felt vindicated. And what a great moment that was afterwards when you came over. And
yeah, it was nice.
You know, Jody said she teared up seeing it, like the embrace that we had, and what a great night that whole night was.
It was.
I guess we'll have plenty of chances to relive all that over the next 197 days.
Offseason is friggin' forever.
Oh, but the great part is we go right into free agencies about to start. We've got the combine next week, and this is in a lot of ways as much fun for me.
Oh yeah, I mean this is all we used to have.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just we'd have the regular season, and by the end of it, it was so how much longer until the draft, and we get to add some more players and hopefully go on a championship run soon.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right, folks, we'll see you guys next week. Go Birds.